In these modern times, new machines and technology can often replace skilled workers altogether. But in these videos, they work together in harmony. You're watching metal molding at its finest, the forging process of a cylinder head with a hot die forging press machine. A metal cylinder being cut through by a cold saw. The weird but very watchable process of plastic molding. Make no mistake, this is not the best way to save time when you're cutting your fingernails. A very quick and efficient way to make firewood. And the way that the log is cut like that, ooh, very satisfying. Lasers. Not only the best way to cut things, but also the best way to restore your eyesight. And as you can see, lasers can also be used to give new shine to your dirty metal items. It's the steel rotary bending process, and it's incredibly satisfying to watch. Even the most experienced dentist would want to stay away from those teeth. He's trying to play it cool, but you can tell how much he's enjoying that. How would we be able to contain our water if it wasn't for this water container molding process? This hydraulic press is crushing expired beers, and there's nothing sadder than the sight of an expired beer. Slicing wooden veneers. It's almost like watching a deli worker slicing salami. It's a brick factory, doing what a brick factory does best. How do those beautiful decorations get on your beautiful bowls? Like this. Sometimes tree roots need to be wrapped up to protect them, and this is the machine that does it. Soldering on printed circuit. When everything lines up just like that, ooh, chef's kiss. This machine both bends and punches, and it doesn't even know Kung Fu. A machine for cutting wood into thin slabs, for all your slabs of thin wood needs. An incredible machine that makes water sackets, somehow without spilling a drop. This metal pipe cutting machine cuts metal pipes. And that's all you can ask of it. Yes, it's cutting it, but not in the way you might expect. You know those little metal washers? Well, this is how they come into the world. Ashes to ashes, sawdust to sawdust. Not the best place to park. This machine cuts razors, and then razors cut you. Like many people in this economy, this machine does several jobs. This is a compactor, and coincidentally, it's kind of compact. The manufacturing of lugs. Lugs? Yes, that's right, lugs. The fascinating process of making a walk. This cutting press will cut anything. Anything! So keep your distance. A homemade electric wood splitter. Yeah, you could use one spade for this job, but why use one when you can use several? You can't make an omelet without doing what this machine does. We're assuming that's not being made for a handheld drill. Your job can't be replaced by a machine if you work faster than a machine. Farming made easy. Well, easier at least. A fine example of stone and concrete splitting machinery. The perfect crepe maker for making the perfect crepe. The straw hat making process has kept scarecrows dressed for centuries. Without this machine, your vacations would be a lot more difficult. We've all heard the phrase burning rubber being used for car tires. Well, how about cutting rubber? This footage is guaranteed to put a spring in your step. What does this gadget do? You're about to find out. Time for some medical supplies now, just in case you're feeling unwell, a surgical and medical cotton rolling machine. Yes, it turns your jeans inside out. Invaluable! Keep any part of your anatomy that sticks out away from this thing. A quick, effective, and massive way to paint a car. The delicate method of perfectly lining up a pipe. Who needs a knife to cut a cake? That's just ridiculously old-fashioned. How to sort nails by the medium of air. A journey through the process of linen fabric production. Mass production of spicy chicken sausages. That's one hot dog. It's a sledgehammer machine, and that's as much explanation as you or anyone else would ever need. Well, you didn't just think spaghetti arrived in those neat little plastic packages, did you? What would a doctor's life be like without the good people who make latex gloves? A wood-cutting machine which does exactly what it says on the tin. A metal scraper for those hard-to-scrape places. This delicious clip features a pita bread cooking machine, and you can almost smell them. Here's a packing robot, but you can't help but feel that a human's job was replaced by this. A meat pie processing line. Strange how it looks exactly like a line of burgers. This machine keeps your meat tender, juicy, and, well, delicious. The delicate art of making delicate ceramics. This thing is like a Burger King for hungry livestock. Machines don't come more delicious looking than this. Without this machine, firewood just wouldn't. It's paper, but not as we know it. In fact, it's bamboo paper. It's not easy to cut bamboo, and that's why this gadget exists. You're watching the process of making ice-cooled bamboo mats. Well, you didn't think that bowling balls just dropped out of the sky, did you? Watching this pastry being made is almost as satisfying as tasting it. It's a concrete frame maker. It makes concrete frames. What did you expect it to do? Without this machine, badminton would be a very strange game. More bamboo cutting for all you bamboo fans. We know you're out there. If Michelangelo had owned one of these, there'd be hundreds of statues of David. Just a robot making noodles. Nothing creepy about that at all. The satisfying sight of very precise wood cutting. Guess what the can rotator machine does? That's right, you geniuses, it rotates cans! It's important to make toilet paper look pretty, because the job it's designed to do is really not pretty. You should never count your eggs until they hatch, unless you have one of these things to speed the process up. It's a filling machine, and who knew you could fill something upside down? No, it's not a robot hairdresser. This is a brush-making machine. It's a panel bender. You can tell by the way it bends panels. This is how nails are made, and frankly, it's kinda freaky. Too lazy to use a spoon? Well, look what we've got for you. I'm not an expert on metal forging, but I'm going to say that this might be pretty warm. This is why you should definitely employ a robot as one of your bar staff. For all you book lovers out there, this may just be your favorite clip. We wouldn't recommend putting your ice cream into these particular cones. This machine has a very specific function of making clamps for steel pipes. There's nothing groovier than a grooving machine. Yes, it's a robot carpenter. Another very specific function. This is known as elbow pressing. The wheat threshing machine, responsible for more lost fingers than any other piece of agricultural equipment. You don't want your fingers within 100-meter radius of this metal saw either. It doesn't take much skill to do what we're going to ask you to do right now. Click subscribe.